In this video, I want to talk about the emotional support that ChatGPT can offer you while you're working on a project. Because I feel that a lot of times people focus on the artificial intelligence, but it's not just all intellect. So to give you an example, 2 days ago, I was writing the biography of my father who recently transitioned at the age of 96. And it took me only 1 day to write a 100-page biography, which is 95% complete. I just have to put the final touches and I can publish on Amazon through Kindle. But anyways, my point is that while I was working with ChatGPT, I felt supported. I felt that I was working with a very competent partner, a co-creator, and that enabled me to work, the whole day without really feeling tired because I felt I was part of a team. And that's just ChatGPT. In the future, we're probably going to have other AIs that will help in the creation of an ebook, for example, an AI that will do the graphic design, that will do the video scripting, and so on and so forth. But my point is that while I was working with ChatGPT, I felt supported. I felt I was part of a team. And I think that this is very important for a lot of freelancers, a lot of creators, a lot of entrepreneurs who are working on their own. It's very hard often for such people to maintain a high level of motivation, which is, of course, critical if you want to finish a project, finalize your product, launch your business, etc. So that's the point I wanted to discuss today in this video. I feel that the more you work with ChatGPT, the more you're going to feel confident. And maybe at some point, I might not need something like ChatGPT to motivate me and to sustain my motivation. But right now, especially when it comes to the first time that you're writing a book, the first time you're writing the script for a video course, the first time that you're doing anything, I think you need some kind of support, and ChatGPT will be there for you. Same thing happened to me a few months ago when I decided to create a few software programs, and I got ChatGPT to write most of the code. I just had to test the code and make sure that there are no bugs, but I felt really supported because, the hard work of programming was being done by ChatGPT in the same way that the hard task of writing the chapters for my father's biography, it was done by ChatGPT. So I was like a supervisor, right? I looked at the text generated by ChatGPT and I would modify it a little bit to make it more relevant to my father's biography. But overall, it was a lot of fun. So this comes back to something I wrote a while ago. I wrote that ChatGPT is basically giving everyone a promotion. In other words, you're not just a programmer, you're not just a writer anymore. You have become the supervisor of the writer. You have become the supervisor of programmers. And of course, you have to know exactly what the end product looks like, and what you want it to be, whether this end product is a software program or a biography or a video course. You have to know exactly what you want. And once you know what you want, then you can get ChatGPT to do a lot of work for you, a lot of experimentation, a lot of brainstorming, and you can say yes, no, and you can really guide the work of ChatGPT. And trust me, it's a lot of fun because you're not actually doing the work. You're kind of like the boss who is supervising the work and who is telling ChatGPT what to do, and you're specifying the requirements and you're giving specific instructions. And by the way, it's quite a skill to be able to sustain a conversation with ChatGPT because it's really, I don't know if it has consciousness or understanding, but when you tell it to do something and when you tell it to improve something, it does it. It seems like it understands what you're trying to say. And therefore, for practical purposes, you can treat it like a human being, like an employee, right? And when you have this super competent employee, then there's nothing really that can stop you, when it comes to creating new products or new businesses. But the important thing is just to get started. Don't overanalyze. Like, there's no textbook on prompt engineering yet. So you just got to get into it and start creating, like what I did 2 days ago. I started creating my father's biography, and it was really, really impressive.